They jump him. Like, like not only did Milani jump him, Snow got some licks in too. All right, I am back. Paperback Times. You know, this is such a millennial thing. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know what else to do with my hands. It's either this or this. Like I don't know what to do with my hands. Anyways, welcome back to Paperback Times. Today I'm going to be reviewing. Mine just went blank. It just went. Whew. Soft on Her by Lakia. So this is my first time reading Lakia. I think they write a lot of like mafia romance. So this is like a sapphic mafia romance. This might be my first sapphic mafia romance. All right. So yeah, this is my first time reading Lakia. I think this author writes a lot of like urban romance and mafia romance. So this is a sapphic mafia romance. If you hear my chair squeak, just ignore it. You didn't hear it. Okay, because all right, just this is what my chair does. All right, so it's 176 pages. It follows Snow, and when I was reading it, I was like, Snow the product made me think of a rapper, but that's just my how my brain works. And Milani, which made me think of like Milanos, which is the cookies, chubby girl issues, right? Um, so it follows Snow and Milani, and they are high school besties who have feelings for each other. I think they went to prom together too. And so Mafia, there's four families. There's the Harris family, the Black family, the Newton family, and the Ellis family. Blackest names I've ever heard in my life, right? You might as well just call them Johnsons. I'm not hating, I'm just saying. Um, so yeah, so what happens in the beginning is they're at Snow's graduation party and a shootout happens. Just we hear guns. Do 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 pew 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 pew. And after that, Snow's dad, so I'm pretty sure everyone survives that one. Snow's dad takes Milani and her family to like a safe house. Okay. And at said safe house, we never hear from Milani again. Or at least Snow never hears from Milani again. And then on Milani's side, she finds out that her dad passed away, was murdered in this whole shindig of, right? I think at a different location. And then 9 years passes. And it jumps from that to 9 years. Snow, I'm assuming if we're at a high school graduation, we're talking about like maybe 17, 18, 19. So we're like 26, 27, 28. So 9 years passes and they run into each other at Snow's club. Snow like is a owner of a club now. And so Milani comes back to Florida with her mom. And well, no, her mom has dementia. Yeah, so she's back in Florida, but her mom has dementia and is at like a treatment center. And so they run into each other and we back locked in. Like 9 years, never left. Snow was like, "Where you been?" And they, explain all of that. And then now so 9 years has passed and it's kind of like it works like who's going to take over like the empire, right? And so Snow is now dating Deja, and like their family is trying to like Snow's family is trying to like force Deja on her, and like Deja's not really, they're not both really into it, but they're trying, right? And it seemed like Deja's more into it than you would assume, but we find out that Deja actually has like asked for someone else. Um, and then Milani has Levi, and they're like set to get married. They're like engaged. And Snow's like, no, you're not. You're not engaged. You might as well just wrap that up, right? And they leave the club. And like Milani's like, I gotta get back to Levi. Snow's like, you're not leaving my site. And then they get shot at when they try to leave. And then what I remember from this particular scene and in general is that Milani flew into Milani flew into Florida and she couldn't bring her guns, so she just has these daggers, and she just be flinging flap 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 flap. And so she's flinging these daggers, and like people are shooting at her. So they're rekindling or whatever. We find out what happens to Milani's dad. I'm gonna put a spoiler. I'm gonna give you like some time. Let me just. Okay, they had Milani's folks killed. They had Milani's dad killed because they were trying to kill Snow, and that's what the target. That she was a target at the graduation. So apparently, Milani's dad did not like the fact that Milani was into Snow, and he didn't want her dating her. And he saw her getting like really sweet on her. You know, he was like he wasn't feeling that. He's homophobic. He wasn't having that at all. And so Milani's dad tried to like put a hit out on Snow, which is why he got shot up at the graduate, which is why her graduation party got shot up. And they were trying to figure out like, why would you shoot up a graduation party when your daughter's there? But turns out she wasn't supposed to be there because he told her to don't go over there. And that was for that reason. He's like, don't go over there. She snuck out the house, went over there anyway. The plan was already it already was in rotation. You know, we was already gonna do it. And so luckily she didn't get killed. So that was nice. They go to like Turks and Caicos, or they like leave the country because they want like a proper vacation, because that's what Snow's gift was to Milani was. Like it was supposed to be this vacation. So they're on this vacation, and this is the other funny part. No one was supposed to know where they was at, but Snow's dad shows up. They think the hotel's getting broken into. And what do you do? What did Milani do? She bought out them daggers and tap 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 tap, the little ninja stars, and she threw them and she cut her dad. And then like when he told her that her dad was killed, they jump him. Like like not only did Milani jump him, Snow got some licks in too, because she was like, why would you kill her daddy? But then that's when we find out that he was homophobic and he put a hit out on Snow and all this stuff, right? And then some other stuff happened. I don't want to give too much away. Deja and Snow don't work out, obviously, because Snow wasn't going to let go of Milani. And they end up together. And then, yeah, that's the end of the book. They end up together. So here are my thoughts, right? I overall gave it a 3 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a quick read, like 176 pages. I honestly wish it was 100 pages more. And the reason why is because we're talking about 4 different families. We're talking about Mafia. We're talking about world building. We're talking about all these things. We're talking about 9 years worth, like 9 years, a 9-year gap. I just really think that a lot was left on the table. Like I wanted, not it's not a bad thing, because I wanted more. Like I don't wish it was less. I wanted more from the author. I wanted to be like, all right, put me in this world some more. Like, who are these people? Like, how did they get here? How did they get this money? Like, a little backstory, a little bit of what happened between those 9 years. Especially like Milani, she just kind of like talks about it like a little bit, like what happened like immediately after. She like told that like her dad's gonna meet them at the safe house, and so like to pack up, get everything, leave the cat, and then dip. And then we 9 years later. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I thought it was a very interesting take on a Mafia sapphic romance novel. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I definitely would recommend it. I do want to read other books by this author. But yeah, I'm down. If this person decides to write another sapphic romance novel, or if they have another sapphic romance novel, I'm also down to read it too. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Peace.